Sony has just dropped a big batch of new deals on massive AAA games and some free bangers. So, without any delay, just hit that subscribe button and let's get started. I am going to start this list with one of my favorite RPGs ever made, Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's 80% off at $8 right now, and this is a very, very grounded, realistic RPG set in medieval Europe. There's no magic, no dragons, and all that BS, just pure historical immersion. You start as basically nobody. You can't even fight properly at first. You have to train, learn to read, practice sword combat. That progression feels rewarding because you genuinely get better over time. Combat is slow and skill-based, which won't be for everyone, but if you love realistic RPGs, $8 is a crazy good deal. Then there's Batman Arkham Knight at 87% off at $5. And this is still one of the best superhero games ever made. What I still remember doing in this game was gliding across Gotham, which feels incredible, and the combat system remains top tier among other games in the series. This game feels fluid for some reason, from chaining combos, using gadgets mid-fight, to smoothly moving through the city. The Batmobile sections are hit or miss for me, but the core gameplay is fantastic. At $5, this is a must-have if you've never played it. Then we got another masterpiece from the past, Middle-earth: Shadow of War at 90% off for $5, and this is easily one of the best value deals here. It got a lot of its fame for its Nemesis system, which is what made this game stand out. Enemies remember you, adapt, and even come back for revenge. The melee and ranged fights feel smooth and satisfying, especially if you enjoy counter-based systems. The large fortress battles add scale, and building your own orc army is surprisingly addictive. For $5, this is honestly a steal. For those who enjoy racing games, we also got Need for Speed Unbound at 85% off at $10.50. And this one mixes arcade racing with a bold, stylized art direction. The driving leans more toward fast and flashy rather than realistic. The car customization here is deep, and the risk-reward system during race nights keeps things interesting. The story isn't groundbreaking, but the racing feels smooth and satisfying. For just over $10, it's a strong deal for arcade racing fans. Then we got the highest-rated game on this list, Red Dead Redemption 2 at 75% off for $15. And this is still one of the most detailed open-world games ever made, you already know. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw trying to survive as the Wild West slowly dies out. What makes this game special is how alive everything feels. NPCs react to you, your horse becomes your companion, and even small details like dirt and fatigue actually matter. The story is emotional, slow burn, and incredibly well written. Combat isn't revolutionary, but the immersion is unmatched. For $15, this is easily one of the strongest AAA deals you can grab right now. Now, let's talk about the free games we have on PS, starting with Subnautica, Below Zero, 100% off, which makes this one a no-brainer. It's a survival game set in an alien ocean world, but instead of pure horror, it mixes exploration with mystery. You're gathering resources, building underwater bases, crafting vehicles, and slowly uncovering the story. What makes it great is the sense of discovery. Every new biome feels dangerous but exciting. It can feel lonely at times, but that's part of the atmosphere. For free, you really don't need to think twice. The next free game we have is Where Winds Meet, and this is a big, open-world action RPG inspired by ancient Chinese martial arts stories. You explore massive landscapes, learn different combat styles, and shape your own character's path. What makes this interesting is the freedom. You're not locked into one strict build. You can experiment with weapons, abilities, and exploration. The world design looks ambitious, and the focus on martial arts combat gives it a different vibe compared to typical Western RPGs. If it's free, there's really no reason not to at least try it. Then we got Control Ultimate Edition, which is 85% off at just $6. And this is one of the most stylish third-person action games out there. You play as Jesse Faden, exploring a shifting, supernatural government building filled with weird entities. What I love about this game is the combat. It's all about telekinesis, throwing objects, ripping chunks out of walls, flying mid-fight. It feels powerful and fluid. The story is mysterious and a bit confusing at times, but the atmosphere carries it hard. At $6, this is honestly a steal. Then there's Resident Evil 2, 75% off at $12.50, and this remake is still one of the best survival horror games in recent years. You're navigating the Raccoon City police station while managing limited ammo and constantly feeling hunted. What makes it great is the tension. Mr. X walking around the station creates non-stop pressure. The puzzles are well designed and the atmosphere is top tier. It's not overly long, but it's tightly paced. Sure, it's a really bit pricey compared to others, but it's an easy recommendation if you enjoy horror done right. Then we got this awesome deal on Mortal Kombat 1 at 80% off at $10, which is honestly huge for a major fighting game. It reboots the timeline and delivers a cinematic story mode along with brutal, flashy combat. What makes it good is how accessible it is. You can jump in casually and still have fun, but there's real depth if you want to master combos. The visuals are clean, and the finishing moves are as wild as ever. This is a solid pickup whether you're competitive or just playing with friends. Then we got Star Wars Jedi Survivor is 75% off at $12.50, and this is a massive upgrade over the first game. You play as Cal Kestis, continuing his journey as a Jedi in hiding, and the scale here is much bigger. The combat feels weighty and skill-based, especially on higher difficulties. You're mixing lightsaber stances, force abilities, and exploration across large planets. What I really like is how it blends cinematic storytelling with solid gameplay progression. Performance had issues at launch, but at this price, you're getting a big AAA Star Wars experience for cheap. Then we got Mass Effect Legendary Edition at around 85% off at $9, and this is 3 full RPGs in one package. You play as Commander Shepard, making decisions that carry across all 3 games. What makes this special is the choice-driven storytelling. Your dialogue options, relationships, and major decisions actually matter long-term. Combat improves with each game, and the remaster cleans up visuals nicely. This is one of the best value-for-money deals here. You're getting dozens of hours of sci-fi storytelling. This is easily one of the strongest deals here. Then we have Dying Light Definitive Edition is 74% off at $10, and this is still one of the best zombie survival games out there. It mixes parkour movement with brutal first-person combat. You are running across rooftops during the day, but at night, the game becomes way more intense. The day-night cycle completely changes the experience. The Definitive Edition packs in tons of content and expansions. For $10, this is a massive amount of gameplay. And guys, if you are into platforming games, we also got Rayman Legends at 80% off for just $4, and this is one of the smoothest 2D platformers ever made. In this one, the movement feels tight, responsive, and incredibly satisfying. What makes it stand out is the level design. Some stages are rhythm-based, synced to music, and they're honestly some of the most creative platforming levels out there. It's colorful, polished, and great in co-op. For $4, this is an absolute steal. Next is Watch Dogs Legion, also 85% off at $9. And this might be old, but still super fun to play. This one lets you recruit almost anyone in the city to join your resistance. That's the main hook, like every NPC can become playable. The hacking tools give you multiple ways to approach missions, whether you prefer stealth or direct action. The story can feel a bit less personal because of the recruit system, but the freedom is impressive. For $9, it's a solid open-world pickup. Sony's got plenty more games on discounts right now, and if you really want to find out more games, just hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with all the deals going on. That's all for this video. I will see you next time.